Hey guys, come on in.
Hi.
Oh, I get to say hi, Rufus. Hi, Justin. I want you. Oh, let me rub your head. Let me rub your head.
Jay, you forgot.
Hi.
Okay. She's Alice. You were mugging to the camera.
So what?
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Can you believe that the last time that we saw each other, there wasn't a hurricane, there wasn't a nor'easter? I'm dying.
It was very nice. The weather's been very, very, very nice. And then all of a sudden, boom,
You know what?
done.
We are done. This is global warming. I don't know what. You two didn't have any destruction. Us, we are like living in a third world country.
Yeah.
It was very weird, and it's been described as two cities. It was very weird to live in the city and really, I live on the Upper East Side, so it was hearing a little bit of wind, having my kids going bonkers because they couldn't go to school and they didn't understand. Like, to them, they were like, why can't we be outside? Why is somebody wasting our time? And
oh my God, that
nothing
salsa
went out.
is so hot.
Please, I was buying ice cream to have extra food to eat, okay? And my daughter looks at me, she goes, who buys ice cream for a hurricane? I'm like, I do.
You know what?
You
The
know?
whole country is made up of popsicle sticks and rubber bands
Exactly.
for an electrical system.
It's true.
I can't tell you how many stories I've done over the years about the failing infrastructure. And just here in New York City, there's a guy out at Stony Brook University, he's an oceanographer, who studies things like sea level rise. Now, you can attribute it to this is what happens every couple hundred years or so, or whatever you want to call it. The fact is, it's a reality. And I think I interviewed him 10 years ago about what would happen if we had sea level rise in New York City, how the subways would be flooded, how the electrical wires would come down, how our infrastructure needs to start talking about putting electrical wires under the ground.
Yeah.
Look at LIPA. Look out on Long Island. There are
LIPA's
people
done.
still without power.
Right.
2 weeks
Yeah,
after
third
Hurricane
world.
Sandy.
Right.
It's not like we didn't see this coming.
Listen, I was getting coffee near my office, and I was talking to this woman who lived in the Dominican Republic. She's from the Dominican Republic. She's like, oh, please. She goes, I
Right.
live in a third world country. This was nothing.
But
you
this
know?
isn't a third world country. This is
this is-
America.
and
the
that's my
utilities.
point.
But the utilities for years have known that we have to change the infrastructure, that wires have to
So
go
why
underground.
Here's what
That-
we need. Yeah.
And they have ignored it. The last storm last year in Connecticut, it took weeks. It took way longer than it should have. LIPA is not responding to Long Islanders. I mean, they say they're responding.
Didn't the CEO resign?
The CEO resigned
Oh, yeah.
today.
Yeah,
Big
that's
deal. Big deal. No communication with the people. They didn't know what was going on. They still don't know what's going on. And the fact is that we know these things are coming. We know that these things are
Do we
possibilities.
believe
I've got a
so?
plan.
Is there denial?
Denial?
The whole
No,
country
wait.
is in denial,
Wait, I have to
girlie.
say, I have to
Don't
say-
you get it? We're all in denial. We are going to be blown up. We are
Oh my
giving
God.
our kids
Who's blowing
a
us up? The
legacy
terrorists?
of
Who's blowing us
crap.
The
Who's
terrorists
blowing
or
us
the
up?
weather?
The terrorists, according to all the networks.
Oh my God.
And the weather, according
You know
to
what?
a bigger power.
The terrorists are responsible for sea level rise.
You know what?
Okay.
Somebody
You know what?
actually
It
said
was
to
like
me
a
they're
tsunami.
seeding clouds.
Oh,
It was like a
Jesus.
tsunami.
You know,
Hey,
but
guys,
let me,
well,
ladies,
you know what?
ladies, let me just say one thing.
What?
I have a plan.
Okay.
There's a lot of people out of work, correct?
Is it like a
Yes.
Romney 5-point plan?
No, listen to me.
What is it?
Let me tell you. Everybody that has a stick with a rubber band, better known as electrical power, that's above ground in front of their house, can get a tax break if they spend maybe $3,000 to $5,000 with a payment plan to bury their own wires in front.
Oh.
And the town then is responsible, like they're responsible for the garbage and the schools. They have an electrical company. More people are hired to dig the ditches, to put these things down. You pay $5,000. You pay it out over 5 years, and you get a tax break.
Okay,
More
but wait,
people go to
let me
work.
tell you something about the underground wires. My office is in downtown Manhattan. We were without power and telephone and internet for 2 weeks because the wires are under the ground and the under the ground flooded. So they flooded all the wires and burnt it out.
Honey,
but let me
live
tell
in
you
an
something.
Island. You're in an island.
This is an
and not
island, and
everybody's
you know
in an
what?
island.
What?
Not everybody lives on an island.
We all
You-
live on an island.
we
This is New
shouldn't-
York. This is Manhattan.
Not
It's an
everybody
island.
lives. Yeah, but we shouldn't be living here. This is an island.
No, but
Well, that's an existential thought that maybe we can go down later. But
Walk down
you know
the
what?
thing. The
Manhattan is
water
an
is only
island.
3 feet from the
Stacey,
top.
Manhattan's
Do
an
you
island.
need? Do you?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what he's talking
Honey,
about. It's like a
if
Martian
you walk
on
down
another
the,
planet.
if you walk down the pier, the water is only 3 feet from the street.
I know. Well,
Hello?
let me tell you something really interesting I learned from this whole hurricane process. Lower Manhattan, or downtown Manhattan, whatever you want to call it, is built on waste. It's built up land from garbage dumps. And
Only
we
downtown.
didn't get. I just said that. Are you high?
Did you say that?
I just said
Oh my
that.
God! I had too much wine.
Oh my
What kind of
God.
wine is
know what?
that?
Oh my God.
You're getting cut off.
120. It's 120. Are you sure it's
120
not
proof.
420?
Justin doesn't get any more wine.
Here's the thing. Robbie and I live on the Upper East and Upper West Side.
Right.
We didn't get hit at all, and I have guilt. I have like survivor's guilt about this.
I
but we're
don't,
so
but-
our elevation
well,
is
no.
so high
Right.
that I could look down. I live on the Hudson River,
But
on
there
the river,
were
and I could look
trees.
down, and I just saw white caps, but I never saw a hurricane.
We are so.
I was
I want to make
isolated.
2 points. The first point is we start putting wires underground and towns start doing things. The cost is going to be passed on to the taxpayer, so our taxes are going to go through the roof to pay for these things. The
Tax
other po-
break.
The other point I want to make is that this is going. The marshes that you're talking about, the dumps down in Lower Manhattan,
Yeah.
that
Landfill, that's what it- landfill.
These are natural sponges for the ocean. On Long Beach Island, there are houses built on top of houses. In 1962, the ocean met the bay in Harvey Cedars, New Jersey. And in that time, there have been nothing but more and more houses going up. I walked through Beach Haven last week.
Love
the
that
houses
town.
are this close
Oh, it's
together.
unbelievable.
We need ratables. Let's fill in the land. Let's build more houses. Let's put them up on dunes. And the fact is that when the ocean comes in, there's nowhere for it to go. There's only houses to be flooded and lives to be lost.
And on that note, Rufus is going to sing "Blowing in the Wind."